Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. But today, we're back in the garage. I got Mama's FLD Switchback, the Dyna FLD Switchback on the table, and we're gonna turn it into a full dressed out bagger. Okay, so we bought this motorcycle a couple Christmases ago off of Craigslist in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And now when we got it, it already had the Batwing fairing on it. And it's got a pretty decent stereo system from Xfinity and Polk audio speakers. I said Xfinity, I meant Infinity. Okay, so it's got an Infinity sound system with Polk audio speakers, and it's worked out very well for her. But we have taken some trips. We did a video surviving the world's scariest Airbnb where we took our trip to Galena, Illinois, and my wife ran out of room. Although these bags are hard bags, they're really small and they don't carry a lot. So I had to overload my bags for, basically her stuff. And let's face it, we all know our women can carry a lot of stuff. So today what we're gonna do is I got on the old internet, I found a tour pack to put on this motorcycle. Now all of you guys with the Dyna FLD Switchback know it's really difficult to find parts for this thing. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put the docking hardware on. Now I got this straight from Harley Davidson. Basically, I'm gonna go through the installation process and show you how this gets put on. The second step is got a hold of a guy on a Dyna Switchback Facebook group and had him custom make me this quick detach bracket that goes on that docking hardware. Now, this is important because you can't really find this piece for your FLD Dyna Switchback. They don't really make it. Now, you can find a quick disconnect piece that locks down in, but it's got weird bracketry. Here, let me show you. Okay, this is not the piece, but it looks almost identical to this. See how this is a three-piece design that goes into the backrest? You can find that for an FLD Switchback, but let's face it, that's really super ugly. And the way that it would hold the tour pack, in my opinion, is very sketchy. That's why I believe this is a really good design. Now, this is a three-piece design that is welded in place and powder-coated black. I like this design because it matches pretty much what I have on my 2017 Road Glide, which works flawlessly. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put the docking hardware on. I'm gonna lock this in place. We'll set the tour pack down and we'll kind of line up where it needs to sit before we drill the holes. Okay, so the very first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the seat off and I'm gonna get the saddlebags out of the way so that we have full access to everything we need to disassemble to get that docking hardware on. And guys, it is winter here in Northern Illinois, so you hear that? That's my furnace kicking in, so I'm sorry, but you're gonna hear that from time to time. Let's dive into this. Okay, so at this point we have Harley Davidson's docking hardware on the motorcycle, locked tight, torqued into spec, everything is where it needs to go. The kit gave us spacers that you have to put behind the mounts for the saddlebags because it kind of pushes it out a little bit, give you enough room to open those bags so that you don't hit the tour pack when you have it on there. I just want to dry fit it and make sure it works. All I'm doing, okay, just want to make sure everything fits, everything lines up. Okay, now the reason why I wanted to dry fit this is obviously before I mount the tour pack, I want to make sure that I'm not fouling up anywhere. And I would like to address those issues if I were. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, it's really sticky on these front grooves that lock into the hardware. So I'm going to go, and this is powder coated, so there's a buildup of material. I'm just going to take a file to it. I'm going to sand it down a little bit so that way when it pops into place, it's not so hard to yank it out. I just want to make sure it'll go in and out fluidly. So I'm just going to hit it with a file. If I can find it. See, this side works good. This side is stuck in there. Okay. So like I said, there's just a buildup of the powder coating material in here. I'm going to just take a file to it, try to take that stuff out of there. I can go back and touch it up with paint later. Just want to make sure I can get this thing to seat on and off without forcing it. Last thing I want is for my wife to try to yank this thing off and then scratch the side of her fender because it was stuck on too hard. Like I said, it was just a little bit, but you want to get this taken care of before you have the tour pack mounted. So now, I like that. Everything locks in place. Everything fits in good. Okay, so now we know that this custom-made mount will fit the Harley-Davidson docking brackets. So what I want to do is change out these clips right here. Okay, these are standard on all of your quick-release tour packs, but I have the locking tour pack release. And I want to put it on here so that when my wife is out on the road, she can lock her tour pack mount down and not worry about anybody walking up, unclipping it, and pulling it off of her motorcycle. Okay, now I'm not saying this is a 100% way of making sure nobody steals anything from your motorcycle because, guys, let's face it, if somebody wants to rip you off, they're going to. Then we're going to mark up where I'm going to drill these holes and transfer that pattern over to her tour pack and get that thing bolted on and set into place, and then we'll have a finished product. I have my 4 holes marked. I'm going to go ahead and drill them out now. Okay, so since I have the holes drilled in the mounting bracket, I'm going to transfer that pattern over to the tour pack, get that drilled, mounted, and then we're going to throw everything on the bike and see how it looks. And there it is, guys. That's how you take your Dyna FLD Switchback and make it look like an ultra classic. Now, this motorcycle with the Batwing fairing on it has always looked like a street glide until my wife parks it next to a street glide. Then you can really see the difference. But basically, we wanted to put this tour pack on the back of it so that she could take our children for a ride when we go. So those of you that actually have a Dyna Switchback can understand the frustration that comes in trying to find accessories for this motorcycle. I'm going to tell you the God's honest truth that this bike looks amazing. It looks like everything fits the way it's supposed to fit. Everything flows very nice. Okay, so in typical Big Show fashion, I did an install on the seat cushion and I never turned the camera on to show you guys how I did it. So what I want to do is open it up. I'm going to have my wife walk around here with the camera so I can kind of show you what I did. So if you come along on this side right here, you see these 3 nuts right here. Basically what I did is I put a little dab of toothpaste on the back of these, and then I lined this up as even as I could with this groove on the tour pack, and I just touched it. I put it on here and I allowed it to touch the tour pack, and I removed it, and there was 3 perfectly round dots on there. I drilled those dots out and I screwed the backrest on. I think it turned out very well. Now there is one thing that I do want to say to you guys. This is not a stock Harley-Davidson tour pack, okay? And this is not an Ad Van Black tour pack. This is an Amazon special. I know it's sacrilegious, but let's face it. It still costs $200, still has the same quality, and to be completely honest with you, if I didn't tell you what it was, would you really be able to tell? I know like 1/3 of you guys are saying, yeah, you would know. I doubt you really would. I've been running the same Amazon tour pack on my motorcycle for the last 3 years and nobody's caught it yet. So I can testify to the quality of this tour pack. It's going to do the job that you want at a price you can actually afford. But I will say this, if this bike wasn't black, we would not have ordered this one. I would have gone to Advan Black just so I could have got something color matched. But since this is a vivid black bike, anything vivid black is going to match. All right, guys, that's effectively going to end this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next video.